Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for joining me today for, I was about to say voting video number. This is not a voting video. I just want to catch up with everyone. I've been so busy. I've been wanting to make a video, so I want to talk about a few things today. Today is the 13th of March, 2023. The quickening is upon us. I hope everyone is working on creating the reality that they want, aligning to the reality that's already there that they just have to align with and experience. That's my opinion of how the reality works. And I really wanted to just introduce everyone to Brian here. I interviewed Brian on the Rip and Rabbit Hole show with AJ. I had met Brian about 2017, I think it was, on a panel. But before that, he had made a video about the Mandela effect, trying to debunk it. Like, he didn't look into it very much, and he was using his left side, his left brain, analytical thinking mind, and, our brains aren't perfect, and we have fallible brains and all that stuff you're all aware of. And so he's just, saying, well, people make mistakes. And so he came out with that, and I came out with a video, not really slamming him in a rude way, just calling him out. Like, you really need to look into the Mandela effect a little more, because what you're saying is not what we're experiencing. There's more to this. So Brian came back with another video and said that he believes there's something to the Mandela effect. He hadn't really looked into it enough. And so I respected him for that. Not a lot of people can make that leap and do a 180 and acknowledge the fact that, hey, I was ignorant about a lot of the parts of this and what's going on, and now that I've looked at it a little more, yeah, there's something to this. So when I was on a panel with Brian, I asked him about Laurel and Hardy, and he said, well, let me qualify myself. I get together with a group of guys. I think he said he's in the Sons of the Desert or something, some group, a Laurel Hardy group, and he says we get together, we watch the movies. So I know that here's another fine mess you've gotten me into. I know that's the line. He should know it better than anyone else. And I said, well, Brian, sorry, it's another nice mess. And it's kind of mind-blowing, because he can't imagine that it's anything other than another fine mess. And so anyway, that was just part of the awakening to the Mandela effect. And Brian comes from a quantum physics background, science background, and kind of has come into spirituality. So where science and spirituality meet, I highly recommend these shows that he's done. I wanted to read this real quick. Brian Haggerty is an educator, speaker, and mentor. For years, he's taught communication, leadership, social skills to middle, high school, and college-age students through his program, the Class Academy. Now he's beginning a new podcast which teaches the principles of his Class Academy, as well as a holistic approach to health and wellness in mind, body, and soul. So I've really resonated and really enjoyed the shows that he's put up. He's got about 5 videos, and they're just audio, so you can listen to them in the car, listen to them when you're cleaning the house or just around the house. I really like the audio. He says he's going to try and be doing videos soon, and maybe some cooking videos, and I don't know, just a lot of different stuff. But I'm really resonating with this information. I wanted to recommend this to all of the subscribers of this channel, because I think a lot of you are also going to resonate with this. A lot of things he says are things that I've been aware of for years, but that I forgot. I don't really think about these things. You have to constantly be reminded of these things. And I believe 90+% of what Brian's talking about. I mean, these are the things that I've learned. My path has been a similar path, but it's been a different way. It didn't start from a science background. It's kind of, was science and spirituality mixed together along the way for me, but everyone is different. So please check it out. I think it's going to be a benefit to a lot of you. So I just really want to recommend this. I've really been resonating with these videos, and it's just making me feel really good the last few days. I've been going through a lot of stuff. I'm not going to get into all that. Some personal stuff of a death in the family and all that stuff. My stepfather passed away like 2-3 weeks ago. And so, I just have a lot going on, but really excited about the documentary. Bob's still working on the documentary. It's taking longer than, you would hope, but it can take as long as it needs to take. But in my opinion, it's going to be an incredible documentary, because I know the Mandela effect. I've devoted 7 years of my life this month, 7 years this month. Can you believe 7 years? Whoa, man, that just makes me feel like the quickening is just happening so fast. I can't even keep up. But anyway, so we have the Mandela effect is just such an incredible thing, and the documentary can be so incredible. And Bob's got a lot of experience. I think he made the most watched documentary in the history of either NBC or Fox, one or the other. I mean, Bob's done some really good documentaries. I've looked at some of his work now that, I've been speaking with him for over a year. I haven't had much time, so I asked Bob to do an update for the channel. So if you haven't seen it, my last video actually is Bob giving a quick update. It was a couple weeks ago. So you can check that out. Movie's still moving forward. Incredible times, everyone. So before I move on to the next thing I want to talk about, I wanted to also mention that I had sent the third, one of my favorite, episode number 3. I sent it to my son. I said, Junior, please listen to the first 10 minutes. Just give it a try. Because, we're not necessarily always, resonating on the same stuff. He's a younger guy. And so, but anyway, I just wanted him to check it out. And so he got back to me. He's like, Dad, I listened to the whole thing. And I was like, yes. I wasn't sure if he's quite ready for this type of information, but he's all, oh, this was so good. And he knows Brian Haggerty. He was on the panel with me back in 2017 when he was, he would have been about 14, 15 years old. He was already thinking about these types of things. We're not taught about the type of stuff Brian's talking about. Most of us weren't taught those things as a child growing up. We weren't taught to think of reality that way. And so I have always kind of told my son since he started talking, I'm like, your thoughts and beliefs are creating your reality. Like what you think and believe is going to create the reality that you experience. And so I was kind of like, sort of like doing a little experiment on my son in a positive way. I mean, I thought that it would be beneficial in his life to think that way, to think that his thoughts and beliefs create his reality. So I've always told him that. And so he's ready. He took in 2 hours of what Brian's talking about. So proud of my son. And, I just wanted to throw that out there. So anyway, moving on. I wanted to move on to Crazy's Lab. So the reason I'm bringing up Crazy's Lab is because Lee totally blew my mind the other day. So let me do this here. Hey, Google, is it safe to put metal in the microwave?
According to Lakeland, not only is it safe to use, metal can also enhance your cooking experience when microwaving your favorite dishes.
I wouldn't expect that from Google. Not only is metal safe to use, it enhances your cooking experience. What? Where am I? What is this? So anyway, apparently it's a myth that you can't put metal in the microwave. But also there's information saying that no, it'll spark and so, but I don't know. What's happening? Should we be getting this type of mixed information from Google? I mean, so it always was something you never did my whole life. Since I was a kid, microwaves came out in the 80s or whatever. But now we're getting mixed information. It's like some sites say, of course you could put metal in the microwave, and other ones still say what you would expect everything to say. That it's not safe because it'll spark or whatever, because the microwave's bouncing off the metal. So anyway, I wanted to throw that out there. That's totally crazy. I had a crazy synchronicity. Synchronicities are popping off, I think, for a lot of us. And, I saw 5 days in a row of the Cheshire Cat Moon, which reminds me, the Cheshire Cat Moon, after I made my first video on the Cheshire Cat Moon, the next day I saw a car right next to me, and it had the Cheshire Cat on the side, and it had all of this Alice in Wonderland stuff all over the car. And I said, oh, I wonder if they got the quote, we're all mad here, which was never said in the movie now, right across the windshield, we're all mad here. So, yeah, what's the chance I'm going to see a car like that the next day? And then, there was another time where my brother had sent me a picture of his grandson next to the Ghostbusters vehicle, dressed up in some Ghostbusters outfit and stuff and such, right? Within 15 seconds, I drive by a car on the street I'm driving down with the, painted white, like the same vehicle with the Ghostbuster symbol on the door. I mean, that's incredible. So I constantly having the universe wink at me, which is really cool. I hope that's happening to all of you as well. It's a really cool experience. And yesterday I had something really crazy happen, so I want to share that real quick. Let me see, just a second here. So I did this video here and I wanted to talk about the shorts here real quick. You know, I've probably done like 100 and I don't know. I've done 100 and so of the short videos. And as I'm doing them, I have the documentary in mind because a lot of this stuff I don't think Bob's even seen. So I want him to be able to go and just in 15 seconds, I want him to see the change. I want him to see some reality residue. Like here, for example, you know, Craig McKay says Lecter or Anthony Hopkins turned around. Well, here, let me just play it.
First day's dailies up, and we turn it on, and it starts playing, and there's Lecter, and he turns and he goes, "Hello, Clarice," and we went, "Oh my God, he's got it."
We knew that Hopkins was an extraordinary actor, but we wondered if he would get Lecter.
First day on the set in the jail block, there had been no rehearsal, so we weren't prepared for the moment.
We rolled it, and he went, "Hello, Clarice," and we went, "Oh my God, he's got it."
Here it is. This is what he's referencing. Good morning. Now, a lot of you know about that, but see these little short videos. I'm able to create. This guy edited the film, and in 2 different interviews, he's talking about Anthony Hopkins saying, "Hello, Clarice." So we knew he had the part. We knew he'd be great. I mean, so anyway, I really enjoy these short videos. I'm happy that I'm able to do them on the phone, on the go, and they've just been really good for the channel. So I'm sorry if some people were saying they hate them, whatever. I don't care. They're not going to be for everybody. They're not even for the subscribers, really. Like this Neil deGrasse Tyson and Carl Sagan, both not getting the correct position of where we are in the universe. 4,000 views. Maybe only 300-400 views are from the subscribers to this channel. Those are all new people. These are being shown to new people. They're just being thrown on their phone and people sitting there going like on TikTok with the shorts on YouTube, and they're being popped in on people. So the channel's continuing to grow, even though I'm not even really putting stuff out like this, which I wish I could do more of. You know, I've been thinking one night I'm just going to go live and invite whoever wants to come. What do you all think of that? Like just whoever wants to come, maybe up to like 10 people, and just talk about the Mandela effect. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I'm going to have to do it one of these nights. So anyway, you can go to my channel, check out all these shorts. I've done so many shorts. There's some really good ones in here. It's really impactful. Just, within about 15, 20 seconds, you can just hammer home all these changes. People aren't going to go 7 years ago and look at my videos, 15-minute long videos, all those voting videos. I mean, I'm glad they're there, but I really love this. I got to play this real quick.
There are some pretty basic historical facts that simply don't jive. The things I remember are not delusions. They're the legitimate recollections of things as I remember them. Some way, this world seems to have turned upside down for me. Well, not in every way, you understand. By and large, the people are the same. The names, the streets. It's as if there were another world parallel to mine. As if this world were almost a twin, except for some minor differences that happened somewhere along the line of evolution. There are some pretty basic...
that lays it out there. Back in the 60s, on the Twilight Zone, they were laying it out there. This is what a lot of us have been experiencing, sort of, just like this. Crazy. So anyway, there's so many good ones. I've put together a lot of good stuff. Okay. Synchronicity yesterday. It has to do with my latest short. Let's look at the latest shorts really quick.
And
hopefully you're still with me.
Remember, my ad was beautiful Joan with picture Mommy Dearest on it.
Producer of Mommy Dearest right here.
And they came out with this headline, the biggest mother of them all, and no more wire hangers. And I went berserk. I really went berserk.
No wire hangers!
No wire hangers.
What's wire hangers doing in this closet when I told you no wire hangers ever?
No wire hangers ever. She never says no more wire hangers like the producer of the movie just said. That, on a poster they had no more wire hangers. It was no more wire hangers. That's what that was a famous line. Oh my gosh, like all these famous iconic lines. Like, oh, you're just misremembering everybody. No, there's a reason why it's the most iconic stuff is changing so we can all see what's happening. It's time to wake up. Gee, this is what it's all about. It's all about waking up. All right, check this out. I upload this video here, right? In my car. I go into the grocery store. I'm in the grocery store and I grab something and I can't push the cart. I'm like, what's going on here? I look down and the cart is being stopped by a hanger in the grocery store. I'm like, what? I don't know if a hanger's ever stopped the wheel of a cart in my whole life in a grocery store, but it happened 20 minutes after I uploaded. No more hangers. Oh my gosh. I was just like, all right, okay, I see you winking at me, universe. Right, okay, so, but it doesn't stop there. About 20, 30 minutes after that, I'm walking and I look down, boom, I walk over a hanger just in the walkway. I mean, come on. This is crazy. So all of these synchronicities are just popping off. I'm thinking something, I'm saying something, my wife's here, the radio's on, in the song or in the person talking on the radio, they say the same word that I just said. I mean, it's constant for me now. So, and I think a lot of you were saying the past couple of years, it's just the synchronicities are just constant. So that's really about all I wanted to cover today. I hope everyone's doing well. Time is speeding along so fast. I can't even keep up. It's overwhelming, like how fast time is going. I keep talking about it, but it really is overwhelming. So that's all I have for now, everyone. Go create the reality that you want. I wholeheartedly believe that our thoughts and beliefs creating our reality. Brian's talking a lot about this in these recent shows that he's put up. As you look out there, there's no out there. That's a hard concept for a lot of people. Everything you see out there, over there, it's all being seen back in here. Everything's in here. If you want things to change, you have to change yourself. Like I've been working on changing myself, not getting upset about things. It's very difficult because over the years, kids were little, they do something, I get upset. And I'm trying really hard to not get upset about things. Now my son notices a difference. My wife, there's certain little things my wife will do, and I'm like, man, I wish she didn't do that, or it kind of upsets me when she does this or that. Most people will say, hey, if you just stop doing that, then I won't get mad. Then I'll feel better. Just stop what you're doing. No, it's not going to work because they're not going to stop it unless they want to. You have to stop your reaction to it. Don't react to it, and it'll fade out. Like stop reacting to it. Like if you're looking in the mirror, right, and you want to see yourself smile, you're not going to see a smile unless you make the smile. Like it's all about you. It's all about us. So, I've been on this trip for 15, 20 years, about we're creating the reality. That's why I always say, go create the reality that you want, because I really believe that's what's happening. Yeah, sure, the world's going crazy and the matrix is breaking down, like people in the matrix, the whole control system, a lot of financial stuff going on recently. 18th largest bank in the United States just collapsed over this weekend. Silicon Valley Bank, but it's really affecting the people with a lot of money. It's not affecting the average people. But, second largest bank collapse, I think, in history. So we're kind of having a 2008 again. But the Fed came out and basically said that, they're not going to allow that. They're not going to bail out the bank, but they're going to make sure that people are able to get what they had. So they're kind of shoring up. Basically, they're not going to let another 2008 happen. So anyway, I'm not going to go into what happened and everything, but there's a lot of stuff happening right now. And cryptocurrencies doing well as a result. Bitcoin was created out of the 2008 financial crisis. In 2009 is when it started. So it was created to have something that wouldn't collapse with all these over-leveraged banks. You know, the banks, they only have like 1% cash on hand to pay out everybody. It's all been loaned out, or it's all locked up, getting yield back. So, I don't know. The whole system is just I don't really want to say fraudulent, but it is sort of. It's not for the people. It's designed to enrich the banks and give them all the control. So anyway, systems are breaking down, things are happening, but you don't have to. It's not really part of my reality. I'm not seeing that stuff. I mean, I turned off the news a long time ago. Yeah, you need to know what's going on, but you don't need to sit there and listen to people bicker about it on Fox. And I mean, I know a lot of you probably don't do that, but a lot of people do. So it's I don't know, this whole awakening thing is just, it's an incredible experience. And we'll see where it leads. So that's it, everyone. Go create the reality that you want. I'll try and be back soon. But the short videos are going to continue. So if you like them, there'll be more coming. That's it. I'll talk to everybody.